Canada's fighter jet saga continues. But what if the answer isn't the F-35? We're diving deep into the controversial prospect of Canada acquiring Gripen jets. Is this a shrewd strategic move, or would it be a case of too little too late for a nation facing a rapidly evolving geopolitical landscape? Canada desperately needs new fighter jets, but every option seems fraught with compromise. Could the Gripen be the dark horse solution? We're breaking down the complex arguments surrounding this potential acquisition and asking the crucial question, even if it's the right fit, has Canada missed its window? Forget everything you think you know about Canada's fighter jet choices. The Gripen isn't just another option, it's a strategic gamble with massive implications. Join us as we uncover why this seemingly sensible choice could actually be a significant misstep given the geopolitical realities of September 2025. Imagine a nation with vast skies stretching from the icy Arctic to bustling cities, yet struggling to keep its air force in the 21st century. Canada's fighter jet program has become a textbook case of bureaucratic gridlock and strategic indecision. The saga began over a decade ago when Canada initially considered the F-35 Lightning II. Once hailed as the next-generation solution, the program soon became mired in controversy. Soaring costs, technical uncertainties, and doubts about suitability for Canadian winters led to multiple reversals in policy. What was meant to be a decisive upgrade turned into a prolonged debate with no end in sight. The cost of indecision? Every year of delay has tangible consequences. The Canadian Air Force faces increasing maintenance issues, shrinking operational availability, and the growing risk that aging CF-18s may fail during critical missions. Analysts argue that these delays don't just affect defense readiness, they send a signal to allies and adversaries alike. Canada's air power is in limbo. And then there's the outdated fleet itself. CF-18s, originally designed in the late 1970s, are now operating at the very edge of their limits. Parts are harder to source, repairs take longer, and the technology is increasingly incompatible with modern warfare demands, from networked combat to advanced electronic countermeasures. Every month without new jets magnifies the gap between Canada and potential adversaries, raising questions about whether the country can effectively defend its vast airspace if conflict arises. The picture is clear. Canada's fighter jet procurement isn't just a story of paperwork and politics. It's a cautionary tale of what happens when strategic planning fails to keep pace with the demands of modern aerial warfare. Just as Canada's fighter jet program seems stuck in limbo, a new player quietly stepped onto the stage, the Swedish Gripen E. Sleek, nimble, and surprisingly affordable, the Gripen isn't just another fighter jet, it's a potential game changer. Smart power is where the Gripen shines. Unlike the F-35, notorious for sky-high operating costs, the Gripen E is designed for efficiency. Its low-maintenance design and modular architecture allow for rapid upgrades, making it highly adaptable to evolving threats. Add to that its advanced electronic warfare suite, capable of jamming enemy radar and coordinating seamlessly with drones, and you see a fighter built for modern asymmetric conflicts. Analysts suggest that in harsh environments, think cold Canadian winters, the Gripen's robust systems are more reliable than some heavier, high-maintenance alternatives. NATO interoperability is often raised as a concern. Critics argue that Canada's integration into Allied operations could suffer with a Swedish jet. Yet Saab's track record tells a different story. Gripens have flown joint exercises with NATO forces across Europe, proving their ability to communicate, share targeting data, and operate in complex coalition scenarios. For Canada, this means a jet that doesn't just fly well, it fights well alongside allies. Industrial benefits add another layer to the case. Beyond defense capabilities, adopting the Gripen could spark domestic job creation, technology transfer, and R&D collaborations. Saab has a history of offering partnerships that integrate local industry into the production and maintenance chain. For Canada, this isn't just about jets. It's about boosting aerospace expertise, supporting skilled labor, and strengthening long-term national defense infrastructure. In short, the Gripen E is more than a contender. It's a strategic opportunity that blends affordability, adaptability, and industrial benefit. The real question isn't just whether it can replace aging CF-18s, but whether Canada can act fast enough to seize this chance.
The debate over Canada's fighter jets isn't just about cost or technology. It's a story written across the global chessboard. And today's rapidly shifting geopolitical landscape, timing can mean the difference between strategic advantage and vulnerability. Arctic defense imperative is perhaps the most urgent factor. Canada's northern skies are vast, unforgiving, and increasingly contested. With melting ice opening new shipping lanes and Arctic resources attracting international attention, having jets capable of operating in extreme conditions is no longer optional, it's essential. The Gripen E's short takeoff and landing capabilities, combined with a rugged design, make it a natural fit for northern operations where runways are shorter and weather conditions brutal. Unlike heavier, maintenance-intensive alternatives, Gripens can maintain readiness in these harsh environments. Shifting alliances add another layer of complexity. Relying exclusively on US-made platforms has political and operational drawbacks. A diversified fleet, including Swedish Gripens, could offer Canada more strategic autonomy, reducing dependence on a single supplier, and increasing flexibility in coalition operations. It's about hedging bets, ensuring that Canada's defense posture isn't constrained by external political pressures or procurement bottlenecks. Finally, global instability underscores the urgency of modernization. From unpredictable conflicts in Europe to tensions in the Arctic and the Pacific, air power remains a critical tool for deterrence and rapid response. Every year Canada delays its replacement program, it risks falling behind in operational capability. The question isn't just whether Gripens arrive late. It's whether a delayed but strategically compatible solution might actually serve Canada better than an expensive, politically entangled alternative. In the end, too late might not be failure. It could be a calculated pivot toward flexibility, adaptability, and smarter defense in a world where unpredictability is the only constant. When it comes to choosing a next-generation fighter, Canada isn't just picking a plane, it's choosing a strategic path that will shape air defense for decades. So how does the Gripen stack up against its competition, particularly the ever-present shadow of the F-35? F-35 shadow looms large. Initially, Canada backed away from the F-35 over ballooning costs, technical glitches, and concerns about its performance in extreme climates. Even today, critics argue that many of these issues persist. Maintenance costs remain sky-high, operational flexibility is limited, and specialized infrastructure is required to keep the jets mission-ready. For a country with vast, harsh territory like Canada, these factors are far from trivial. Enter the Goldilocks option, the Gripen. Not too expensive, not too basic, but just right. Gripen E offers advanced capabilities, electronic warfare, networked operations, multi-role versatility without the financial strain of heavier competitors. This balance allows Canada to maintain a credible defense posture while avoiding the pitfalls of overpaying for systems it may struggle to operate efficiently in Arctic and dispersed bases. Finally, future-proofing becomes critical. Gripen's modular design and open architecture make it highly adaptable to evolving threats. Unlike fixed-design aircraft that become obsolete faster,
Gripen can be upgraded with new avionics, weapons, and sensor systems as technology evolves. This means Canada could invest once but stay operationally relevant for decades, a practical edge when other platforms risk being outdated before their service life ends. Put simply, the Gripen doesn't just compete, it strategically outmaneuvers heavier, more expensive fighters by blending capability, affordability, and adaptability in a way uniquely suited to Canada's needs. As Canada stands at this critical crossroads, the stakes couldn't be higher. Every year of indecision carries real consequences, not just for defense budgets, but for sovereignty, national security, and international credibility. Aging CF-18s, mounting maintenance costs, and delayed modernization risk leaving Canada vulnerable in a world where air dominance can shape the outcome of conflicts before they even begin. Yet amid this looming threat, a strategic pivot emerges. The Gripen isn't just a replacement jet. It represents a pragmatic, realistic approach to Canada's defense challenges. By balancing affordability, operational capability, and adaptability, adopting Gripen could signal a new era in Canadian defense procurement, one that values strategic foresight over political optics and reliability over headline-grabbing hype. So what is the path forward? Canada must act decisively. Finalize procurement choices with speed, ensure industrial partnerships are leveraged to strengthen domestic capabilities, and commit to an upgradable, future-proof fleet, whether that's Gripen, F-35, or a mix of platforms. Hesitation isn't an option. The skies are vast, threats are evolving, and global instability waits for no one. For viewers watching today, the takeaway is clear. Canada's fighter jet saga isn't just a story about planes, it's a story about choices, timing, and the courage to act before too late becomes irreversible. SkyJet Wings, subscribe and keep an eye on developments, because the coming months could redefine Canada's aerial power, and the Gripen might just be the surprise contender that changes the game.